Hello, Links Players community. Last week, I'm going to be with you, Jeffrey Cranford here, shooting, right here in California. So thrilled that you've been hanging in there with us on this idea of becoming part of this huge story, this cosmic drama. And you say, how do I want to play a role. Do I have a stewardship? And we've seen that God was pointing, always in Jesus, pointing to that moment. It was first the seed of the woman who's going to crush his head, and then we see it again in Abraham, and that in you, in your seed, all the nations of the earth are going to be blessed, and how we have that opportunity. And then Isaiah 9, we looked and see, how do we multiply the nation? How do we bring people into this new nation, this one new man of Jew and Gentile living into Jesus, which was, again, part of this mystery that boggled Paul's mind, I think, as he's writing this under the inspiration of the Spirit in Ephesians chapter 3. So now I want to close in doing this. It's difficult sometimes because you say, what is a Links fellowship? What is a Links group? Do we always want to give something new? Yeah, it's nice, and I always like people learning something that they didn't know before. But there's also something beautiful about just coming together time after time after time, because it's so easy. I was reading a devotional this morning, and it said, a lot of times spiritual dropouts have just lost a view of their own mission. I see people all the time, you say, he used to come to our fellowship, and he just got caught up in so many things. We see that again in Mark chapter 4 with the sower and the seed, and the persecution or the riches of this world, or all these things choke the word out, and it becomes unfruitful. And we see those warnings that Jesus gives us. In fact, he said that's so foundational to your advancement. In Mark chapter 4, Jesus said, if you don't understand this parable, that seed can get choked out, can just harden over time and not bear fruit. He said, if you don't understand this parable, how will you understand all the parables? That parable of the sower and the seed is foundational to understanding anything that Jesus is trying to communicate to us as it relates to our entry into this cosmic drama. What do we do? Why Links? Why is it so important for you to get a group started? You say, I don't know the Bible that well, or why be part of this community? Why be part of this missional community? Because a big part of that is strictly just encouragement. Listen to what Paul says to the Jewish believers. Now, this is the letter to the Hebrews. He says this, take care, brothers, lest there should be any one of you with an evil, unbelieving heart and falling away from the living God. Do this. This is what a Links fellowship is at its core. Encourage one another day after day, as long as it's still called today, lest any one of you be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. It's just life. It's being in it but not of it. It's so hard to do, and it just becomes difficult. He says, for we have all become partakers of Christ if we hold fast the beginning of our assurance until the end. There's something about a routine, just coming together, talking about this drama, talking about our friends who don't know Jesus, learning the Word, being discipled, just day after day after day. Don't ever allow that. Say, I've experienced that before. I met a guy once at my own club, and he said, I tried that once, and it didn't work for me. I was like, what does that even mean? Encourage one another day after day. So that's what we as a community are about, whether it's a staff person in your area, regional director, area director, LPI rep, fellowship leader, who you are. We are here to serve you, to help you in your stewardship, in your role in this drama. And so I hope that was, think about it. If we could all buy into this for 2023 and forward, what could happen? Could we reach 1,000 fellowships in another 5 years or so? Could we get to 20,000 on this devotional read? Let's grow our community, and as a result, give Jesus what he so richly deserves. All the glory and the power and the authority, which he already has, but I want it to be made visible in my lifetime in 2023. We love you at Links. We love partnering with you, and we look forward to what 2023 is going to bring.